Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Monday. I hope everybody is having a great day and had a great weekend. We're gonna jump right into it because I got a lot to cover. Yep, that's right. If it's Monday, then it is Mormon Mom Talk Monday. I'm going to be breaking down the second episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. This one was titled The Book of Belonging, and I can understand why they would call it that based on this week. If you don't know, I know that all the episodes are out there for the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on Hulu. I'm going to treat this like it is any other of my housewives, my Real Housewives. I'm going to watch an episode a week and I'm going to break it all down on Mondays. So let's get into this one. Okay, so the episode starts and it's like 11 months after Taylor's arrest. Taylor is pregnant. She was charged with aggravated assault and she got 3 years of probation. She suffered a miscarriage and she is now pregnant with Dakota's baby. She said that after the arrest, her and Dakota never broke up. And she says that was not such a smart decision. So we'll see. So Macy, Michaela, and Whitney, they meet and they discuss Taylor's pregnancy. Listen, everybody's surprised. Macy isn't surprised Taylor's pregnant because she said, listen, guys think with their other head and Taylor just thinks with her vagina. So she thinks with her vagina, not with her head. Macy said she's going to the shower, but not so sure if Michaela or Whitney are going. We find out in the end what's up with that. Whitney is like, and this is something she says throughout the entire episode. Whitney wants to change the culture of mom talk. Like she wants to move it away from scandal and she wants to get it back to something that's like empowering and it breaks women out of this this very restrictive mold of the Mormon church. But also, she wants to bring back the mom talk of old because everybody's brands deals are down. Whitney won't come right out and say she wants to cut Taylor out, but she wants to cut Taylor out because the swinging scandal brought people in, but now the arrest is driving brands away because who wants to do business with us if we're associated to like people being arrested. So like I said, she won't come out and say that she wants to cut Taylor out, but that's exactly what she wants to do. You can see right now that there's like two different teams forming. We knew this was going to happen. So on the other side of town, Taylor and her mom, Leanne, they meet up and they're going to go, I guess, shopping for the baby. They're good. They're talking. I mean, they're good for now. She's talking about having a baby shower. She wants to invite all of the mom talk ladies to her baby shower. She had her last probation hearing. Like she would go, I guess, every month, and now she goes every 6 months. And they're talking, and once again, her mom, instead of her mom being supportive, I once again felt like it was like, what is this going to do to me? She was like, listen, you got to stop doing all this because this is aging me. I mean, you're a mother. What do you expect? When you get old, you get old. Taylor says she has a lot on her plate. And now Dakota is adding to that by talking about getting married. She's like, she's kind of pushing against it because she doesn't want to get hurt. And then when she's talking with the producers, she's talking to them and she says like, she's pushing him away kind of because she doesn't feel like she deserves this happy ending. I don't know if it's because of who she is or just what she has done in the past. And she then says like, a lot of her friends had left her after the arrest, so she really misses the close relationships. So Whitney coming out and insinuating that she wants to cut Taylor out is going to do a lot more damage than Whitney probably thinks. So this is the whole thing of the book of belonging. Whitney doesn't want her to belong. And Taylor needs to belong again to bring like some happiness or bring some like semblance of a life back to her. So ladies are over at the house, I guess it's called Mom Talk House. They're making a video. The video says something like, please God, make me the biggest star that was ever born, or this is what you're praying to God. You have families. You're not praying for the health of your family. You're praying for God to make you the biggest star. Oh yeah, these women are extremely vapid. And I guarantee you, I have never seen a Mom Talk video in the past. I guarantee you this show is not going to make me watch a Mom Talk video. As a matter of fact, it's going to make me never watch a Mom Talk video ever. So they're filming videos. They're talking that, I don't know who had said it, but Taylor was the base of Mom Talk. Like Taylor was the one who got it started. But once everything went down with the scandal, like no one knows who's the head of Mom Talk. So somebody has to step up and I guess be the head of the snake. And it looks like the head of the snake got two heads now, because Whitney definitely wants to be the main head of the snake. We'll see. And then they're talking about who's the breadwinner in your family. Each of them say they're the breadwinners. So honestly, how much do these women make? I mean, their husbands all work. How much do these women make? I just don't. I don't. I mean, I don't know how brand deals work, but I know that, you know, these companies, if they're going to have mothers, they would like to have mothers who are like healthy looking and fit the aesthetic of, you know, like thin and Stepford wife-ish looking and put together. That's why I will never have a brand deal unless it's from like Little Debbie's snack cakes. Little Debbie's snack cakes. I swear to God. Little Debbie's snack cakes. If you could give me a brand deal, I have the name already. Please, everybody, get Little Debbie's to give me a sponsorship deal. I'm joking, but really not. Anyways, so once again, yeah, they're all like, we're the breadwinners. But since, you know, with the scandal and then with the arrest, we don't get as many brand deals. They're scarce. Once again, they're not coming out and saying, hey, thanks, Taylor, but they're saying it. They're talking about deals that they've gotten, brand deals. The one lady was like, I got a brand deal for, a company offered a brand deal to me. What do they make? Well, they make diapers that women wear after they have a baby and then they have bladder leaks. And they were making fun of it. Listen, I don't know if that woman took it or not, but I'm going to tell you, if I was a woman who had that issue because I just had a baby, and then here comes this bitch up in Utah who is like laughing and joking, but she took it, and then she's out here acting fake, being like, I wear Depends because I had a baby, and sometimes I have bladder leaks, and that's not fun, and that's not convenient. I can't jump on a trampoline. I can't go running. I can't laugh hysterically at one of Debsy's jokes. I'm going to tell you, if I saw her mug trying to act all fakey like she loves wearing these, I wouldn't buy it. I'm going to tell you that much. Listen, when you get older, sometimes, gonna let you in on a little secret. Sometimes if you sneeze, sometimes you pee a little bit. Little slips out. Sometimes if you cough. Sometimes if you laugh a little harder. Forget a trampoline. I would never be able to do that. Not even especially with my knees. But listen. Two people I'd never buy diapers from. I would never buy Depends if one of these women's was doing the advertising, or Lisa Rinna. Screw you. So I don't know if they took it, but listen, Whitney then was like, well, I have a brand deal that is paying me quite a bit. How much? $20,000. $20,000. Yeah. So what it is it's $20,000. It's for vibrators. All she got to do is just hold it. It's just, this is a pen. Be for real. This is a pen. She just has to hold it. This is not it either. This is a peppermill. She just has to hold it and take a picture. And that's it. And she gets $20,000. That's it. You don't got to use it. You just got to hold it, take a picture, and post it. She's worried though, because what are people in the church going to say? It's so taboo in the church. Everything is so taboo in this church. Okay, so listen, that you didn't see it. I had to flip out because I thought it was a big bug. It's a fly. Is it? It's a fly. Oh my God. Okay. So let's get back into it. Okay. So that's it. That's all she got to do. Okay. Next, we get to know two more of the moms. We get to know Layla. A lot of these women are young. Layla is 22. She got married when she was 19. She's married for 3 years. She only dated like 4 guys. She got 2 kids. She joined the Mormon church late in life. Like she joined when she was 16. She joined all on her own. And she was like, I look around and I don't see a lot of people who look like me. Yeah, I don't find it hard to believe that there are not a lot of people of color in the Mormon church. The other woman that we meet is like the total opposite, because Layla was like, they were like, there's probably women who've never had an orgasm. And she's like, and they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, bitches. And then on the other end of the spectrum is Jen Affleck. Now listen, what was the first thing I thought? Are you related to Ben Affleck? She's 24. She's Ben Affleck's second cousin. She's real comfortable with her sexuality, but she says, I'm a very conservative Mormon. And she apparently takes like a lot of nudes, and she's gotten that she sends to her husband. And apparently she's gotten some of like the ladies into being, freewheeling with the nudes. So, and that's what Taylor wants, or Taylor, that's what Whitney wants the group to be like again. She wants the group to be like a safe place for women to like express their sexuality. Okay. So Taylor's mom and dad visit her at her house because Taylor, she got to lay down some truth. She got to throw down the truth on her mom and dad and tell them something they don't want to hear. And that is the fact that Dakota is moving in. Now listen, I didn't think either one of them would be supportive, and neither one of them are. The mom comes right on out and says, listen, I don't support you on this. And she pretty much basically is like, I would rather you raise this baby alone than, him be here. She can come out and say I don't like him, but she don't like him. Now, the dad was like, I don't want my daughter to be a revolving door for men. Like, I don't want a revolving door of men to be attached to my daughter. When I say she told them at the very last minute, she got this sentence out, and then beep, beep, honk, honk, here comes Dakota. Dakota is moving in. He shows up. She tells him, and then boom, he's there with boxes. He's there with Home Depot boxes. He ain't got a couch. He ain't got a pot to piss in, but he got some boxes. So shows up, walks straight into the lion's den. Do you want any help? Nobody really is helping. Walks in, and the dad's like, so you knocked my daughter up. He's like, it was an accident. Oh, so you fell into my daughter. Yep. He obviously fell right into his daughter's vagina, is what it seems like to me. So, but then things kind of settled down a little bit. He's like, listen, I love her and I want to get married. I want to have a family. Things just happen in reverse. So, but I do plan on marrying her. Taylor says that, like, since the pregnancy and since her arrest, she's grown more spiritual in her faith. She'd like to return to the church. Okay. Macy and Taylor, they meet up at the venue where they're going to be having the baby shower. It's like this venue that's owned by Mormons. So they're talking. Macy says she feels bad for Taylor, like when everything came out, just because everybody was then blaming Taylor for, I'm thinking probably for losing so many brand deals and for the brand deals just not being there like they were. Macy tells her, hey, listen, I can tell you who will and won't be there. I'm not quite sure if she was talking about for life or just for the baby shower. And she's going to do that because she's like, I don't need for her to have fake friends. Macy comes out and pretty much tells it like it is. She also tells Taylor she don't like Dakota. She don't like Dakota at all. She tells Taylor, hey, look, it looks like you've taken all the blame for everything in this arrest. And then here comes Dakota. He gets off scotch-free. He's clean. He's like the golden child in this. There's nothing for him to worry about. And she's talking to the producers. She's kind of worried about how Dakota treats her and how Dakota talks to her. So the situation that happened was Macy and Michaela were out and Taylor shows up. Now, I don't know if Taylor showed up with Dakota or if Dakota was on the phone, but in walks one of Taylor's exes, and Dakota flips out, like calls her a slut and is totally degrading her. Taylor and Macy said that Taylor doesn't talk to her as much now. Now that she is in a relationship, now that she's in this relationship with Dakota. Macy says that like 2 weeks ago, or 2 weeks before she was pregnant, Taylor texted her and said, I need to get out of this relationship, meaning the relationship with Dakota. It's toxic. I can't do this. And now all of a sudden she's like totally flipped the switch. Like all of a sudden everything is okay. What had changed? What changed that quickly in 2 weeks? Dakota says, listen, I don't like him. I don't trust him. I would rather see her alone and happy than in a toxic relationship, being in a toxic relationship just for this baby. I can't say that I don't agree with her. Because here's the thing. Taylor's mom doesn't want her in this relationship, but I get the feeling that Taylor's mom doesn't want her in the relationship. I'm probably wrong. This is just my read on it, that she doesn't want her in the relationship because of how it looks, whereas Macy doesn't really want her in the relationship because of how he treats her and how she's going to end up, how she might be hurt. Okay, so next we're talking about Whitney, the Regina George. I think she's the Regina George. So Whitney goes over and visits her mom's house. She's gonna bring up, this whole brand deal that she's trying to get her family to sign up for. Her family's like super conservative, super conservative. So Whitney going like dildos out is not going to go over great. It's going to go over terrible. And it does. It goes over like a lead balloon. Sure, there is some laughing and smiling. It's not good though. They're not like, yeah, do it. Get the vibes out. Sure. Whitney is like, well, okay, so what about if you're single and seeking pleasure? And then the mom is like, I don't want that to happen. That could get out of hand. What could get out of hand? Like what are you talking about? How could it get out of, You can't get pregnant by one. What are you talking about? I am still confused. And then Whitney's like, she was taught that sex is comparable to murder in Mormon in the Mormon church. That's terrible because listen, I'm going to tell you what if God forbid someone in the church is essayed and there is a grape, can you imagine like the shame that woman would feel? Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's so terrible. I just thought about that. That is terrible. Listen, and I understand they were talking like there was no like sex education. It's just whenever Whitney and her husband had their wedding night, it was just like nobody knew what to do. And I understand it for them, it's taboo, but to not talk about sex before marriage and then go in blind, that's crazy. So do they even have can somebody answer me? Do they even have anatomy lessons? So you know what's going on with your body through the changes, even from puberty? Or I don't understand. Okay, let's move on. See, and I would think that using a toy would be okay for them because the woman's not having sex before marriage. I don't know. I have opinion. Not a big fan of Whitney's, but I feel like she really may be looking at Mom Talk as a way to break the Mormons out of the box that religion has them in and to educate them. There's a part of me that thought maybe there is a part of her that's like, I would like to educate us about the world around us. Maybe some of it is genuine. Okay, so Dakota and Taylor, they go out for lunch. They discuss the baby shower. Okay, so who's going to be there? Well, the girls from Mom Talk is going to be there. So everybody's going to be there. Even Macy. Is she still talking shit about me? She never liked me. Well, yeah, for good reason. She never liked you. I mean, you were calling her friend a slut and yelling and screaming at her. So yeah, I get that she wouldn't like you. And she says it's not that she doesn't like you, but she's one of my closest friends. I talked to her about you. In his mind, he was probably like, what is she saying about me? Oh, that's probably the truth. So then Dakota calling Macy petty for not liking any of their pictures, as a couple, that in itself is petty. If you're going to call somebody else petty and you're talking about that, include yourself in the petty party because you're petty too. And as somebody who is petty from time to time, I can spot petty. That's petty. So, and I do feel like Macy is the one friend who has always been there for her. And I agree with Macy. Okay, so Whitney and Layla, they take their kids on a play date. I don't know what this play date was, but they went to an inside building. When I say an inside building, when they go to a building, they go on the inside, and then they go in a room, and there's just sand on the floor. There's no toys. There's just sand. And it looked hot. What is that? What kind of place is that? Why don't you go to a park Or if it's cold, why don't you take them to McDonald's and they can go in a playground or Chuck E. Cheese? You go in some old hot, dirty sand building. What is this? So they're talking, and Layla was like, what are you going to wear to the baby shower? I have a really cute outfit I'm going to wear. She's like, I'm not wearing anything because I don't think I'm going. I'm not sure that I'm going. Well, she says she's not going because, listen, me and her don't have a real friendship in real life. I am tired of her not reciprocating things that I do for her. Like, she doesn't do anything for me. We're not real friends. And I'm not doing this fake friendship. Listen, I get that. I get not wanting to be part of like a fake friendship. You know, I get that. However, listen, if you're calling somebody else fake, I don't know that you should call somebody else fake, is all I'm saying. I don't know that she's 100% genuine. Not 100%. And she says that when the swinger drama happened, friendships were torn apart, but online it looked like we were all besties and everybody loved one another, and that just wasn't the case. Taylor was there just for Taylor, and Taylor's always just for Taylor. I get it now, and I get it now. Whitney seems to be kind of jealous, maybe a little bit jealous of Taylor, because she'd always said, well, Taylor would always be in the front and then she would make us be behind her. That right there, I don't think she's jealous of the situation Taylor has herself in right now, but she was jealous in the past of how Taylor was the queen bee up front and they were all in the back. That is what I'm saying she was jealous of. Okay. So Layla says off camera, she's like, this is just like Whitney, because if she's drama with someone, she runs away. She doesn't face it. She runs away instead of talking about it. And Layla is like, listen, the purpose of mom talk is to be supportive of one another. Listen, unless something changes, I like Layla. I like Layla a lot. Whitney comes out and just says, like, listen, I don't trust Taylor. I don't feel safe around her. She's not going to throw a chair at your head. She just threw a chair. She just threw a chair at Dakota's head. Okay. They're getting the baby shower ready. She's like, she says, I'm wondering if the women are going to be judging me. Yes, the women are going to be judging you. Really? Yes. That's exactly what it seems to me like foundation of the Mormon religion is judging people, like judging people for everything. So yeah, they're probably going to be judging you. But now I didn't understand, because I have not had a baby. I have not been the subject of a baby shower. I've been to baby showers. Every single baby shower that I've been at, it's been all women. And then the father will come in at the end and usually give like a bouquet of flowers or something and say hello, and then help carry the gifts out. But he was there the entire time. I'm feeling like he's real controlling is what I'm feeling like. So listen, I was going to write down who shows up. It would just be easier to say who doesn't show up. Whitney don't show up. Everybody shows up. And the ladies, everybody's like, I think Dakota's going to be a great dad. Macy's like, here's my reservations. This is what he did. I was like, okay. I mean, she didn't say it to Taylor, but she said it to some of the women. Okay. Hey, she didn't ruin the party by immediately jumping up, flipping the table and being like, you're a son of a bitch. I don't think you're going to be a great father at all. Fuck you. She didn't do any of that like it was in New Jersey or something. So everything was cool. So the ladies are getting ready it looked like they were getting ready to leave. Like they had their coats on. And somebody says, is Whitney coming, or is she just fashionably late? Yes, she's fashionably late. She's going to arrive when everybody's leaving. That's what you do when you're fashionably late. You show up when everybody has left. and the party is torn down. There's no refreshments to be had and the lights are off. That's what you do. What are you talking about? She's fashionably late. She's not coming. She's just not coming. So Layla is like, I had this wet, hot indoor sand date with my kid and her kid. And here's what she said. She's not coming. And then she told her everything. She told them parts of it. And listen, I agree with Macy. Macy was like, okay, if she wasn't coming, she's not coming, but she could have at least sent her a text or something. She didn't send her anything. And that's ignorant because you have to pay for food. I would imagine that you have to have a head count and you pay for food and whatnot. So she understands that Macy understands that Whitney doesn't feel like she's friends with Taylor. She could at least send her a text saying, hey, I'm not going to be there. So Taylor then finds out Whitney's going to be there. Whitney's not coming to the shower. Layla tells her that Whitney feels like they don't have a friendship, which Taylor's like, that's news to me. And Demi, did I say I'm going to call her Demi or Demi? Demi. I'm going to call her Demi. Demi, and I'm going to have the same conversation next time. Demi hit the nail on the head. Listen, Whitney, Taylor, there's two alpha males. They're fighting for the spotlight. They got to get that spotlight. So there's a fight coming. So doesn't Leanne, Taylor's mom, hear all this? And she's like, oh, well, watch this. She calls Whitney up. Like she goes back to like, you know, whenever you were in elementary school and everybody was this didn't happen to me. And everybody was invited to a birthday party and you weren't. And then your mom calls up. This did not happen to me. And then a mom calls, you know, the mom of the birthday girl and is like, why didn't you invite my daughter? That's what this was giving me vibes of. And listen, I'm not saying that to be funny. Like my mom did that. She for real didn't do that. So she called up and she's like, hey, Whitney, what's going on? You're not here. What's happening? What's going on with that? Whitney's like, listen, we don't have to have a discussion. Wait, what did she say? Didn't Whitney say that's a discussion for me and Taylor? Funny, because if that's a discussion for you and Taylor, then why didn't you have it with Taylor? Is all I'm saying. Whitney is a mean girl. When you're looking into the future, Whitney's a mean girl. I mean, she's the Regina George. So it's gonna be sinners versus saints. But I can guarantee you, some of these people on the Saints team, I'm pretty sure they probably have secrets. Listen, I'm not saying everything that Taylor did was copacetic. But if I'm going by it right now, I would maybe say Taylor's team, because Whitney, I'm sorry, Whitney's a mean girl. Whitney is the Regina George. No, because I guarantee you, some of these people have secrets. They got closets, and they got a lot of skeletons in them closets. Okay. I don't know how long this video is. It's gonna be pretty long, probably. If you watch it till the end, put a chicken. Put a chicken in the comments. Put a chicken right in the comments, and I'll see all the chickens and be like, why are there chickens? Put a chicken and then watch till the end. Okay, in the comments, also let me know if you watch, what do you think? And if nobody told you yet today, listen, you're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world. So it comes right back at you. Take care of one another. Please be aware of your surroundings. Be safe. If you're somewhere where it's extremely hot, hydrate often with water. If you're someplace where there is something adversely happening with the weather, or you're just in a dangerous situation, please be mindful, be aware, Be smart and stay safe. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.